Yo, what is good, Nation? We back live yet again. I'm going to give you guys my Jets OTAs update, the Quinnen Williams situation, Carl Lawson's contract restructured. We got Aaron Rodgers on the field with the rookies. It's a lot of fun things. We got a special guest today. Jack is joining the show, giving us his thoughts about what's going on with these New York Jets. Welcome to the channel, my man. How you doing?
What up, man? How are you? I'm doing very well. I'm excited to talk Jets, and yeah, let's get after it.
Let's get right after it, folks. Everybody smash that thumbs up button. You see Jack representing Quinnen Williams, manifesting that
Pay
contract
that, man.
extension. Let's go. So great news, Jack, this morning. Carl Lawson contract restructured. The Jets free up $12.7 million in cap. So Carl Lawson takes a big pay cut to help out the Jets financially. Now, the Jets are pushing some money back a little bit, so it's going to hurt the Jets dead cap-wise in the future, but we're all in this season. So what's your overall thoughts of the New York Jets and Carl Lawson agreeing on a contract restructure that really benefits this team to go even more all in this year?
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. We'll see what kind of moves Joe Douglas plans on making with this extra whatever it is, 12 point something million dollars. If it's going to help out Quinnen Williams' case, who knows? But yeah, it's always a good deal. Also knowing that Carl Lawson is also not just thinking about like his own money, but it seems like everybody's really in on playing winning football and just being a part of the crazy ride that's about to be this season. So that's kind of another good indicator for me, not just that Joe Douglas was able to do it, but also that obviously Carl Lawson is willing to do that as well to help this team go all in, as you said.
Absolutely. And there's other guys on the roster that could be contract restructure candidates. Corey Davis is one. CJ Mosley already restructured his contract a bunch of times. But yeah, this just shows you that this Jets team is being selfless and they're putting the team first and they're realizing that this team has a chance to be special this year. And the only way they get more special is by, sacrificing their own money, freeing up opportunities for other players. So obviously the big cloud over the, heads of the Jets fan base and the overall organization, Jack, is Quinnen Williams and his contract extension situation right now. It seems like the Jets are in no rush, but it seems like Quinnen Williams is in a rush to get paid. So what's your overall thoughts of the whole situation around Quinnen Williams? Are you optimistic that it's going to get done by training camp, or is this something that's going to get, progressively into preseason and maybe not even until week one?
Listen, man, in terms of the timeline, I couldn't tell you. Obviously, all of our hope is that it's going to get done by training camp and that Quinnen Williams is going to be a full participant in all of this, in all that stuff. Excuse me. But also, who knows? I mean, we've seen this in the past with Darrelle Revis as an example. Players hold out, think they deserve, that big contract, which Quinnen Williams absolutely 100% does. I don't think any Jets fan out there is going to debate that Quinnen Williams deserves this incoming contract. But it's, just a matter of when it's going to happen. His agent is the same agent as Jalen Hurts, right?
Yeah.
It's just got the ultra mega bag out the wazoo. So
Same contract as Quincy Williams as well, who re-signed with the Jets.
yeah. So I mean, I'm definitely like, pretty much 100% confident that it's going to get done. But it's just a matter of when. And yeah, that does scare me a little bit. Obviously, it's, not great when you see, the changing of the Twitter bio and the unfollowing of the Jets and whatever. I mean, I really don't think that's, I think that's somebody telling Quinnen to do that at the end of the day. I would like to think that that's not Quinnen taking it upon himself to do that. But who really knows? And honestly, who really cares? The Jets are going to pay this man. I'm repping the jersey today. He's an absolute animal. Whenever it happens, it happens. Obviously, we'd like it to happen sooner rather than later. But Quinnen Williams will be out there for week one in a Jets uniform tearing Buffalo Bills apart. So that's all I really care about.
And I don't know if you saw this, Jack, but it gave me a lot of confidence. Robert Saleh was on the Rich Eisen show a week ago, and he asked him about it, and Robert Saleh said, that's the last of my worries. That's going to get done. And Saleh sounded very confident. Obviously, it's not his thing to do. That's Joe Douglas in the front office to figure out. But Saleh seemed confident. And, hey, Saleh seemed confident about getting Rodgers, too. Look what happened, right? So one thing we can do is hope that it gets done. Alan with a $2 super chat. What's up, man? Where can I get that awesome Breece Hall shirt? So this Breece Hall shirt that he's referring to, pretty dope, right? Shout out to my man. Shout out Not Vintage. That is the company. Some free advertising for my guy. Pretty fire. Check him out on Instagram, Not Vintage, KNOT. He's my man over there. He does awesome stuff. He does not only just have a Breece Hall t-shirt, he has a lot of Jets players as well and a lot of NFL players. So thank you for the $2 donation, Alan. That's where you can go find that out. So, Jack, there's a lot of other things that we can break down when it comes to the Jets OTAs, right? My favorite part about OTAs, and I made a whole video on it yesterday, is the first practice seeing the rookies and the veterans on the field together. Last year, it felt a little different because of the superstar class that we had. Like when we first saw Sauce Gardner and Garrett Wilson on the field with all the veterans last year, it was like, yeah, baby. This year, the rookie draft class isn't as like star, so it's really all about Aaron Rodgers being on the field and stuff, seeing Garrett Wilson out there and all that. So what's your overall thoughts so far? Just seeing photos and videos that the Jets are posting with Aaron Rodgers throwing dimes to Garrett Wilson and Alan Lazard, and seeing him with Isiah Rocket, and seeing, Joe Tippmann snap the ball. Like, how does that make you feel just as a Jets fan, seeing these guys on the practice field in shorts just getting hyped for the season?
I mean, it makes me want to run through a freaking brick wall, dude. How else could it make any Jets fan out there feel? It's just, it's an incredible feeling. Seeing Aaron Rodgers out there throwing passes to Garrett Wilson and standing next to Isiah Rocket, who I think really could be an absolute beast this year. We'll see what happens. But he has that, home run hitter type potential that we saw in Breece Hall. So those guys as a 1-2 punch would be dangerous. So we'll see how Izzy continues to develop in this offseason. But yeah, I mean, this is the most exciting time to be a Jets fan in my whole life outside of, those 2 AFC championship games 12 years ago now. So it's, half my life basically that we've been, without this feeling that we're experiencing right now. And obviously we have everything left to prove and no actual ball has been played yet. But man, am I relishing in this feeling waking up every day. Look at that. Look at that. Are you kidding me? What am I looking at, dude? What the hell am I looking at? Stop.
Let's go, Denzel. Way to catch that ball.
Stop it, man. It's
right,
crazy seeing number 8. Oh my God, dude. It's unreal.
The finale of this is great. Look at the rook. This one right here. This is new buddy.
I mean, look at that ball.
What are we doing here?
Man.
What are we doing here?
Come on, man.
I watch that all the time.
Oh, come on, man.
Isn't this just a beautiful sight, Jack?
Oh, it's crazy. It really is crazy. And I don't know if any of you guys have checked ticket prices already. I'm sure a bunch of you have, but wow. Aaron Rodgers is certainly in town because those ticket prices have skyrocketed already, dude. It's pretty wild. It's going to cost an arm and a leg to get into week 1, but I'm going to make it happen for sure.
Hey, we're doing an event, and don't forget, Jack.
That's right. I forgot about that. Exactly.
We're doing an event for the roundtable, so I'm getting group tickets. So hopefully, I don't know the price yet, but we're gonna hopefully get a reasonable price to So stay
100%,
tuned.
100%.
We're gonna announce that. We don't have to buy it through Ticketmaster. Don't worry, Jack.
100%. Very excited for that. I forgot about that until you brought it up. That's beautiful. But look at our guys out there, man. Look at this. This is a feeling. I mean, look at Sauce Gardner. How confident is Sauce Gardner going into year 2? Just picture him coming off of the defensive rookie of the year. Picture him just walking around the facility now. He knows everybody. He knows everything. He knows where everything is. He's got a place where he's living right there. He's settled in. Picture how locked in Sauce Gardner and Garrett Wilson. I'll use Garrett Wilson as the example for the offense. Picture those two guys, how confident and ready to play ball they must be. I've never been more excited for a Jets season in my life. Obviously, that's an obvious statement, but seeing stuff like this just every day, just
look at his smile, Jack.
Confirms it.
Look at his smile. He's having a great time.
Oh, crazy.
He's living it up, man. That's my favorite part about Rodgers. These pictures, just seeing how Aaron Rodgers. It feels like he's just in a great headspace, man. It seems like he's just soaking it in and he's loving it. He's loving it. Right?
Unbelievable.
I mean, look at Garrett. Way to go through that little whatever this thing is. Wires in the way. Sorry. Some Hams and Najaldine smiles too. We love to see all the boys. Tim Boyle, sleep on the preseason god that's upcoming and the third string quarterback. With Zach looking on like, oh, there's Zach. There's Zach. Come on. All right. Jack, let's talk about that real quick. What's your thoughts of the quarterback room behind Rodgers? These are the three guys. We got Zach Wilson, Tim Boyle, and Chris Streveler. These are the three guys we're going to see a lot in the preseason. Hopefully, we're probably just going to see one drive of Aaron Rodgers in the preseason. So it's going to be the Zach Wilson show in the preseason. Obviously, it's Aaron Rodgers this season. We don't really care about the backups. But what's your overall thoughts of the quarterback room? And do you have any hope that Zach Wilson will actually learn a lot from Aaron Rodgers and we see some signs of development from Zach in the preseason?
That could definitely be a benefit to all of this, but that's not on the forefront of my mind at all.
Yeah.
That's something to think about when we get there. But it could obviously be a benefit. Any of these guys, learning from a Hall of Famer like Aaron Rodgers. Obviously the thought is that it will benefit them, yes, but nobody is thinking about Zach Wilson right now.
We're hoping that he doesn't touch the field. Unless he touches the field when we're blowing teams out in the fourth quarter and he comes in.
Yeah, of course. Exactly. The hope is that we do not see Zach Wilson on the field for the next, 2-3 years minimum because we have Aaron Rodgers and we're winning championships. That's the hope. But yeah, I mean, it's an interesting quarterback room.
Tim Boyle's interesting just because he's who was with the Green Bay Packers before. He knows the system. He knows Hackett. He knows Aaron Rodgers. They're friends off the field. So I think that was just an easy, someone to be adding to the quarterback room to help with the installment of the offense.
Yeah, that's a good thing, for sure.
And then Streveler's just going to be the preseason god. I mean, look at him. He's going to be the fourth quarter closer. Look at him. He's ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess, when you have Aaron Rodgers, there's only, so much you can invest in your backup, right? So I don't think anyone really has a ton of confidence in any of these backup quarterbacks. It's nice, that Tim Boyle is familiar with the system and everything like that. But the hope is that we see Rodgers out there until we're blowing teams out.
Izzy, rocking number 25, baby. First look at him with the Jets on the practice field. I'm excited about Izzy, bro. He looks good. Me
as well, man. I am. Obviously I didn't really do a deep dive into the draft class much at all this year. It was all Aaron Rodgers hype for me. But upon drafting Izzy, you go and look at some of his highlights and some of his tape. Complete home run hitter, breakaway speed, great vision.
20 plus touchdowns last year.
Yeah, very, very similar to Breece Hall in a lot of ways, honestly. So, those two as a 1-2 punch. Obviously, I think I remember Breece Hall had a record-breaking season in terms of touchdowns, right? Last year in college. And then Izzy with 20 plus touchdowns. Crazy, man. So having that nice 1-2 punch is going to be awesome.
Look at this guy.
There he is. There's the mullet.
The franchise center.
There's the mullet master, Joey Tippmann, Wisconsin's finest. Love it, man. We got a nice agile center that can lead block and that can pull. I think he's just one of those guys to me that seems like he's just going to come in here and just play violently and play nasty,
Day one starter for the next decade, baby.
Oh, absolutely. Which is what you need in a trenches player. So very excited to bring him on. I'm excited to see what he can do. The preseason is going to be fun. Obviously we're not going to see a lot of Aaron Rodgers, but getting to see these young guys, what they can do. Obviously we'd like to think that Tippmann is going to be, with the starters. So we might not see as much of him as we will others, but definitely I'm looking forward to the preseason, seeing what all these young guys are capable of.
Wes Schweitzer, our backup guard / center. Great depth of the O-line. Welcome.
Looks like a scary dude.
Will Parks always smiles.
Will Parks. Will Parks might be the most active Jet on Twitter too.
Yeah, for sure. And then Justin Hardy flexing on him. Yo, what are your thoughts of the news of the Jets claiming Javelin Guidry, bringing him back? You see that?
I didn't even see that.
Yeah, they claimed him off the waivers 2 days ago, and Javelin Guidry's back in the defensive back room, man.
Oh, that's cool, man. That's cool. Good for him. Good for
Yeah,
Javelin.
I liked him. He was one of my favorite players of that defensive back room when he was on the team 2 years back. He's
Hmm.
I don't know if he's gonna make the roster, but we'll see. Um, Let me get to these photos. These are good
We
photos.
kind of have a very interesting defensive back room at the moment. You know,
We do, man, and
a
they're
guy like
perfect.
Bryce Hall still, I still think about all the time. Like, is he just going to be, our
He's en-
backup cornerback, or are we
he's
gonna,
entering the final year of his contract, so you wonder, is he gonna get cut? Are they gonna rather give it to our new rookie, Jarek Bernard Converse, to be that backup role? Someone that's on contract for long term. Is he gonna make the roster? Is he gonna get traded? Are they gonna extend him? Those are things that the Jets are gonna have to figure out when you have that draft class. Joe Douglas's first draft class, they're all entering their final year of their deals. Denzel Mims, they did not pick up Mekhi Becton's fifth year, so this is his contract year.
Yep.
Bryce Hall, Ashton Davis, we already got rid of Braden Mann. We already got rid of James Morgan. Cam Clark retired. So, that draft class isn't looking too bright. So I'm curious to see, if we bring any of them back, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be very interesting. Bryce Hall, I think if I was Joe Douglas, I would look to get some sort of trade for Bryce Hall because I think he's obviously the one with the most value and who's proven the most in the NFL. Um, because Bryce Hall was a great player for us, 2 years ago.
He
Uh,
was, man.
he played really well. In a horrible year for the defense, he was, one of the bright spots. So I think, obviously he hasn't stepped on the field in a while, so that's diminished his value a little bit. But I think he's still a player that you can get something decent for.
Give me a fifth, sixth round pick.
Yeah, I'll take it.
What are your thoughts on Michael Carter? Because this is an interesting player who had a sophomore slump. Breece Hall goes down. He was asked to take on the role. AVT goes down. Offensive line's completely banged up. And he was kind of asked to really carry the running game, and he wasn't able to do that. Bam Knight comes out there and was kind of that spark when Breece went down. Do you have any, like anticipation of Michael Carter making an impact this year in year 3 and bouncing back? Or do you think Izzy and Bam Knight are really going to be those guys to really take over the load to complement Breece Hall?
It's an interesting question, man. I think Bam Knight showed, a lot of cool flashes last year. I'm not, giving up on Michael Carter yet at all. I would like to see Michael Carter be the designated, pass catching back. I think there's nothing wrong with that. I
I always
think
think of like James White for the Patriots.
Yeah, I
As a
think we
good
got a
fit.
nice 1-2 punch now with Breece Hall and Izzy in terms of actually running the ball. Obviously, Michael Carter can when he's needed. Kind of had a down year last year, but we've seen, a bunch of explosive plays already in Michael Carter's career. We know he can perform at a high level. I would like to see Michael Carter be the pass catching back. I think that's, the most realistic fit for him with his body type as well. Obviously, he's a very small stature guy, which sometimes is what you want in a running back. But Michael Carter is really not a bruiser. In terms of Breece Hall can be that bruiser. Is he a little bit less so, but still in the same vein as Breece Hall? But in terms of his explosiveness, right there with Breece Hall. So I think between Breece Hall, Izzy, Michael Carter, that's 1, 2, 3 easily in my mind. And then if we're gonna go with 4 on the active roster, Bam Knight.
Yeah, I agree with everything you just said there. How about this photo though?
Ah, love it. Love it.
Yeah. I just recorded a video, by the way, this morning, folks, on the AFC East Roundtable of us ranking the top running backs in the division. That's going to be premiered at 1 o'clock on the Roundtable channel. We get into some heated debates. And, yeah, so since we're just talking about the Jets running back room, make sure you guys go check that out on the AFC's Roundtable. It's premiering at 1. And you know what your boy had to do over there. Come on. You know who's number 1. You know who's number 1, and you know who's number, spoiler alert, 5, baby. Let's go.
Spoiler alert.
I love it. But we need so talking about Breece Hall real quick, Jack. Robert Saleh on that same interview with Rich Eisen. I don't know if you saw that, but he was speaking so highly on Breece to the point where he was like, "Yeah, we kind of have to tell Breece to kind of slow down a little bit because he's way ahead. Like his GPS numbers are great. Like he is way ahead of his rehab, and they're just really trying to make sure they do not rush him back. But Breece Hall being Breece, the competitor that he is, he wants to get on the field. He wants to do this. He wants to. So it feels like Breece Hall, according to Robert Saleh, is going to be good to go for week 1.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's first of all, that's crazy to hear.
Yeah.
He's gonna be ready to go for week 1 because that's certainly ahead of schedule. But to hear that he's like, doing as much as he's able to do right now, and week 1 is months away. I think, no doubt in anyone's mind, Breece Hall is gonna be ready to go and he's gonna be effective right out of the gate. Um, do we I mean, I know it's only his second year, but he's coming off of a really bad injury, almost as bad as injuries get in the NFL. In terms of a running back, do we look to manage Breece Hall? Like, obviously, you see why we drafted.
Starting out, I would. Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
you see, like why we drafted a guy like Izzy. It's a very tactical, decision. And I think that he is going to see a lot of work. Off rip in the season. Michael Carter as well. But obviously, Breece Hall is still, our go-to guy who, could have made his own claim for Offensive Rookie of the Year if he didn't
Would
get.
have won it. No offense, Garrett, but Breece would have won it if he stayed
Yeah, I
healthy.
mean, if he kept going at the pace he was going, man, he would have had a unbelievable season.
Now, this is the face of the most underrated player in the NFL. There's so many debates right now, Jack, amongst the Dolphins and the Jets fan base about corners because somebody made a rankings of the top cornerback rooms in the league, and they had the Dolphins 1 and the Jets 2nd. So there's been a lot of debates, and I feel like DJ Reed has been very underlooked, not by the Jets fan base, but the NFL fan base as a whole. And it just drives me nuts. And Sauce Gardner, too. I mean, the Sauce Gardner hate that I've been seeing amongst the NFL fan base is ridiculous. They're pushing these ridiculous narratives that he's like an NBA superstar, like a James Harden, where he gets the benefit of the doubt. I mean, what? What kind of nonsense is that? They bring up, like, they show not a highlight, but a video of Sauce Gardner getting mossed by Chase Claypool, and they called the pass interference on Sauce. And then the tweet's spinning a narrative like, see, he gets away with this. He tackled him as he caught it. Yeah, they called a flag on that, moron. Like, just little things like that. It's so frustrating. But
And
hey,
if you look at all the tape, as Jets fans remember from last year, all that hand fighting was always initiated by the receiver, and it was, or
facts.
maybe not initiated by the receiver all of the time, but there's back and forth hand fighting. It's not just Sauce, draped all over this guy, putting his hands all over the place. It's back and forth pushing between Sauce and whichever receiver he's on, and Sauce is just a blanket.
Yeah, and that
So
game-winning that game-winning play that Sauce had against the Broncos on Cortland Sutton on 4th down, that's a key, image that people post. And you see Cortland Sutton's arm extended on Sauce, and they're showing Sauce is grabbing his jersey, like it's initiating the contact. There's another clip that's going viral of Sauce blanketing Tyreek Hill. And if you watch the whole clip, Sauce Gardner does a great job of, at the line of scrimmage, flinching at him, pretending that he's going to jab him, and that sets Tyreek Hill back a little bit. And that's the mind games that Sauce plays with. And then Tyreek Hill tries to run an out route, and Sauce is all over it. And Sauce has little hands on him. He's putting himself in position. And there's a reason why there's not getting flags called on it, because he's doing it right. I mean,
exactly.
it's just ridiculous. I don't
Yeah.
want to spend too much on that,
And
honestly.
the real quick though on the Jets two cornerbacks, Sauce and DJ Reed, especially stacked up against the AFC East. Obviously, Xavier Howard and now Jalen Ramsey, both great players that have probably proved more. I mean, obviously proved more in the NFL than DJ Reed and Sauce have. But I mean, look at the stats for DJ Reed and Sauce Gardner combined last year, and tell me that they're not, if not number 1, number 2, or number 3, certainly a top 3 cornerback duo in
The NFL.
the NFL. I mean,
100%.
they're absolutely lights
And
out.
that's from
DJ Reed
objectively
is a
speaking
sleeper, man.
too. This isn't some Jets bias shit we're talking about. This is like it's the stats back it up, bro.
Yeah,
Back it up.
I'm obviously going to give it to the Dolphins because those two guys are scary. Those are two scary names to have as your cornerback 1 and 2 on paper, Jalen Ramsey and
They're
Xavier.
more proven.
Yeah. So, you got to give it up to the Dolphins. I'm not going to straight up say, no, the Jets have the better cornerback room. But statistically, if you're looking at last year, obviously not career length, because Jalen Ramsey is, an absolute monster. Xavier Howard has been a great player for a long time as well. But last year,
Last year X stunk.
Lawson, DJ Reed were up there with anyone in the NFL. Put them against anyone in the NFL.
And look at this guy with all smiles. Look at this guy, Jack. He's happy.
Love it. Love it.
And this is Aaron Rodgers playing corner. Denzel. Who do you think won this rep?
I would say Denzel.
You don't think Rodgers got the straps?
I would hope to God Denzel won that rep.
CJ Uzama and our fullback, who we'll see if he gets any playing time, Nick Bowden.
Nick Baldwin.
Chaz Surratt, baby. Let's go, Chaz. Some no names who's not making the roster. A lot of Michael Carter. Love it. The future touchdown receptions leader, Alan Lazard.
Lazard. Dude, he's huge. He's
There's
like
Zachy
6'6", isn't he? Like 6'6", something like that,
Yeah,
6'5".
6'5", 6'6".
He looked massive in a video they showed of him and Garrett Wilson walking next to each other the other day. Lazard just looks like a freaking tree, man. He's going to go up and get it in the red zone. You're absolutely right.
Now these are the two, Hackett and A-Rod.
Oh, man.
And you know what OTAs is all about, Jack? OTAs is about installing the scheme and installing the offense. Because, right, there's no pads on there. It's not training camp. They're not hitting each other. This is all about installment of a new scheme. And, hey, we have a brand new offense. I think a lot of people are forgetting that. But the best thing about the brand new offense is that it's not a brand new offense for Aaron Rodgers, which is so freaking huge. Like, holy crap. And we got guys like on the roster that can help with the installment. Tim Boyle also knows the offense. Alan Lazard knows the offense. Randall Cobb knows the offense. Billy Turner can help out the offensive line with the transition of that offense. So this is really about Garrett Wilson, even Corey Davis, McCole Hardman, the whole tight end room, the whole running back room, getting familiar with a brand new offense. And I think that, OTA is going smoothly, and Aaron Rodgers being there is important.
Absolutely, man. I mean, I think Aaron Rodgers being there is the key to the whole, puzzle. Obviously, that's kind of what he was criticized for last year, is not being there around, his rookie receivers. And to see the polar opposite happening in Florham Park, New Jersey, wearing Jets uniforms with his boy Nathaniel Hackett, with Lazard, now with Randall Cobb, but with all these amazing Jets players that we have as well, that these, Packers guys, obviously Lazard is going to be a big impactful player because he's, in his physical prime. Randall Cobb is here to, as we've spoken about this term over the last week or so, Rich, to be the Aaron Rodgers translator.
And that's from his words, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Cobb's words said that, not even us.
Exactly. And that's, what more do you want to hear? Because people, again, moronic people are out there saying, what are the Jets gonna trot out a bunch of old men out there next year? Yeah. Tune into a game and watch Garrett Wilson streak up the sideline, and then watch you go to Lazard, and then watch. And then watch. I wasn't going for a full-fledged rant there. I know it sounded like I was starting it up, but just tune into a game. Watch what happens.
Tune into a game. Watch. That's all you gotta say. Just tune into a game and watch this guy torch you up. I love seeing him. Garrett's got the nice fresh cut too. Wide receiver 1, baby. He's coming for it. A lot of people are putting Garrett Wilson in their top lists around the NFL. He's getting the respect he deserves, which you love to see. There's Hackett with his boy Tim Boyle. Zach got smile. Good to see Zach happy. Him content with his role. Hey. I love this picture.
If you're Zach Wilson, how the hell are you not content with your role, by the way? You're gonna do hopefully nothing this year besides learn and develop, in the shadows of one of the greatest to ever do it. And you're a first round pick. So what's he guaranteed? Like $20-30 million?
He's getting paid $9 million this year.
Yeah, who's happier than Zach Wilson?
He's like the 5th or 6th highest paid Jet this year.
That's insane.
I know. More than both of these guys. All right, Zach. Wait to look at your receiver. See where he's going. That's development.
Is he about to hit the accurate pass now, or is he about to sail it?
Look at A-Rod. I mean, those legs, his quads. Hackett's getting involved. He's pumped up. I mean, I just love seeing good vibes. Good vibes all around. A lot of pictures of Garrett.
Hackett's back where he should be, man, as an offensive coordinator with Aaron Rodgers. About to coach him through an MVP season.
Wide receiver room. Liking it. Some Corey.
Dogs.
Oh, man. You know who that is, Jack?
I think I see the do I see the bull ring?
Yes, you do.
That's our boy Clemens.
He's my breakout candidate on the defense this year. I'm talking like dog. I'm talking like violence. I'm talking like disruption. Like, give me that, bro. The
Down for it,
versatility
man.
of this
Down.
defensive line is
I'm down.
nuts. Like, Jermaine Johnson is the easy answer for breakout because he's a first round pick. But, like, Clemens gives me a lot of freaking vibes, bro. Look at that.
What about Will McDonald?
I'm saying.
We got hitters coming off the edge, man. No matter the situation, that's the thing. That's the thing. That's what the Jets are going for. No matter the situation for the opposing offense, whether it's, third and long, second and short, first and 10, whatever it is, third and short, passing, running, we have the type of player that can go out there and be on the edge for that particular situation. And they're going to be fresh because not only do we have one of those players, but we have two or three of those players that can go out there and be effective. And they're going to dominate for regardless of what the situation is offensively. We have the players on the edge to go out there and shut it down defensively. Let's go, baby.
Couldn't have said it better myself, man. I mean, the versatility of this defensive line is what gets me the most excited because you got a Will McDonald who's just a pass rush specialist who can line up way on the edge on the wide 9. And then you got Jermaine Johnson to be that power speed rusher. And then you got Clemens who can just be a strict power guy that can kick inside. I mean, the versatility. And you got to think of it from an offensive lineman perspective. Like when you're a tackle, you got to see who you're lining up against because throughout the entire game, you're going to have to adjust mid-game, like, oh, shit, I got Jermaine Johnson here. Oh, wait, no, I got Will McDonald. Like, I got to, that's a lot. They're coming after you with a lot of different people.
Yeah,
Exciting, man. And that's the key to this entire team, honestly, is that D-line.
Yeah, it really is.
Let's go, Saleh. We need a bounce-back season from this guy. Like
they really throw ads in between pictures.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys.
That's crazy, dude.
So this is an interesting talking point. Now, the Jets have not re-signed Quan Alexander. We're hopeful that they do. But in the situation that they do not re-sign Quan, we got C.J. Mosley as a starter next to Quincy Williams. Who do you think on the roster has the best chance to fill in Quan's role? Is it Jamien Sherwood, Hamza Nasruddin, who's pictured here, Chaz Surratt? I mean, we drafted Barnes. There's some people saying maybe Chuck Clark could be that versatile safety linebacker role that Robert Saleh likes to implement here. Like, it's an interesting situation to see who's going to fill in for Quan.
I think, obviously, first and foremost, we want Quan.
Yeah. No doubt.
We want Quan. We want Quan. But if it does come down to, somebody on this roster replacing Quan Alexander, I think the most likely candidate who's probably seen the most meaningful reps is Jamien Sherwood.
Yeah, I agree.
Hamza Nasruddin, we were probably the most hyped on coming out of when we drafted him. In terms of those later round, day 3 picks, we were all hyped on Nasruddin. But we've probably seen the least of him.
Yeah, don't forget, we actually cut Nasruddin last year. He did not make the 53-man roster, and we got him back on the practice squad, and we kept Sherwood. So Sherwood is definitely ahead of Nasruddin in development.
Absolutely. So Sherwood is clearly the number one. Chaz Surratt, I feel like, is a name I've heard for the last, 10 years.
Yeah, he just been
but, I feel like I've heard that name forever. And I've
never seen him
play in my life. So
yeah, he was the practice squad guy.
I don't know who that guy is, but I've heard his name forever. It feels like forever now.
What are your thoughts? I got a lot of talk about breakout candidates on the defense. Another guy that I'm looking at for the breakout is Quincy. I think there's another part of his game that he can tap into, just completely setting the tone of this defense. I'm so happy we re-signed him because if we did not, that would have been a big time hole to fill. His role on this defense is to set a tone with his energy, set a tone with his hitting. And I just feel like his ability to be that, off-ball linebacker, to not worry about coverage, but more just get your nose dirty and be a heat-seeking missile. Mm-hmm. I think Quincy, and also his third year in the scheme, everything's going to slow down for him. Blitzing the quarterback is going to be big for him as well. I think Quincy is another breakout candidate this year on defense.
That would be sick, man. And obviously, the hope for any player is that they continue to excel at the things that they've been excelling at, and they develop their weaknesses. So, we'd like to see Quincy Williams become, obviously he was a great player for us last year. We'd like to see him become a more complete linebacker. if that makes any sense to
No,
anyone
for
out.
sure, he does.
People get what I'm saying. Like you described, he's an absolute heat-seeking missile. But there's a couple plays where, he could have,
Just
gotten
wrapped him up.
the fumble recovery or the interception, or he's gotta settle down. And like you said, I think in year 3 in the system, it's going to slow down for him. At least we hope so. And we'd like to see him develop into that more all-around, consistent outside linebacker, who can, cover in the flat, cover over the middle of the field when necessary, um, you know, blitz into the backfield. Obviously, we're asking him to do a lot, but like I said, you hope for any young player that's still developing that they continue to excel at what they excel at, and they can improve in their areas that they're not so strong in. So I think going into year 3 with this, in this Robert Saleh defensive scheme, I think this could be a big year for Quincy Williams. So that's a
Oh
good.
yeah, man. And yesterday, when I made my OTAs video, I brought up some names to watch out for training camp purposes and preseason to make an impact to maybe they're going to make the team, but make a impact in the season. And Jeremy Rucker was one player I brought up because he's very interesting to me because at the end of the season, we didn't see anything from Rucker last year. He barely saw the field. But when we did see him, the final game against the Miami Dolphins, he is borderline like already at peak shape of blocking. Like the blocking that he did against the Dolphins was so impressive, cracking people like to the point where it's like, okay, this guy's got it down of how to block. So the question with Jeremy for me is, can he really get comfortable and become a weapon? We draft Zach Kuntz to be that weapon, but Jeremy Rucker gives me vibes that he can develop into an all-around tight end. Like, we got Tyler Conklin to be the number 1 guy. We got CJ Uzomah as a veteran, but I'm curious to see if Jeremy Rucker is going to prove to be a guy that we can get excited about to be an all-around complete tight end that can be a blocking guy and be that a receiving threat while subbing in Zach Kuntz to be the strict guy to go up there and get the ball, be athletic freak to help out Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, man, that's one thing, and I've mentioned it, on streams in the past couple weeks. I'm very excited to see what this tight end group can do. And I mean, the receivers are looking sick, the running backs are looking sick. We have the talent in the tight end room as well, with CJ Uzomah, Tyler Conklin, Jeremy Ruckert, obviously, and now Zach Kuntz, who reminds me of like Jimmy Graham. I feel like Kuntz can, he's like 6'7", 6'8". He could be like a power forward, that guy. He can go up and get it and do some damage.
He's like a Mike Gesicki, but more athletic and taller.
Very excited to see, how he's going to pan out. But yeah, obviously Jeremy Ruckert was very quiet, pretty much non-existent as a pass catcher last year. But coming towards the end of the season, made his impact known as a blocker. He was probably the best blocker on the field when he was out there for blocking downs. So we'd like to see what he has in store as well. With Aaron Rodgers compared to the terrible quarterback play we experienced last year, I think the sky is the limit for these tight ends in terms of catching the ball as well. Let's see what Uzomah can do when really given that opportunity. Tyler Conklin as well, I think, had a disappoint. Obviously, it comes down to terrible quarterback play, but Garrett Wilson managed to have a sick year. I think Tyler Conklin was overall a little underwhelming last year. Didn't play as well as we all thought he would be. I would love to see what he's going to do this year with Aaron Rodgers. Obviously, Jeremy Ruckert in year 2, improving as a blocker. But again, I'd love to see what all these guys can do as receivers as well, especially in the red zone. We know Aaron Rodgers loves to go for the tight end in the red zone, loves to go for the big, tall, go up and get it type of vertical threat in the red zone. He throws a beautiful fade into the back corner. We've seen that many times throughout his career. Who's it going to be to, man? Is it going to be to Garrett Wilson? Love it. Sign me up. Alan Lazard? Yeah, sign me the hell up. But one of the tight ends, man, streaking over the middle of the field, watch out, because Aaron's going to put it on the money, and we got the right OC to scheme it up. Sia LaFleur. And I'm excited, man. I'm so excited. And that brings us to this man.
Look how good he looks, bro. It's kind of crazy, his transformation physically.
He does look really good, man. You got to give it to the guy. He looks really good.
And he's the X factor of the entire offensive line, bro.
He's such a magnet for hate with his selfies that he posts on every day and stuff like that. But it feels like he's doing it for him almost. Not
Yeah.
that he's like doing it to show other people. It feels like he's doing it to hold himself accountable and do it for him, almost as like a a receipt to go back and look at himself. Like I put in the work and now here I am, healthy, dominating, playing where I should be, starting on this offensive line for the Jets, which is what we've wanted him to do for 3 years now, man. And his rookie year he was a beast. He was so fun to watch, moving men out of the way. So if he can get back to that, if he can get back to 85% of what he was doing his rookie year, he's going to be a dog. So I'm
Do you
very
think that he has a chance to win that left tackle spot because he's going for that left tackle spot? That's what he wants to be. The Jets had him at right tackle last year. If you remember, before he got injured during training camp, he was the right tackle with George Fant over there at left tackle because George Fant was coming off a great year, and then we ended up getting Dwayne Brown, and everybody was hurt. Do you think there's a chance that Mekhi wins that left tackle spot? Because Robert Saleh said it's an open competition for both tackle spots, left and right.
Listen, man, I think that there's definitely a chance. Obviously, Mekhi is super hungry. He's got a chip on his shoulder. I really couldn't tell you how it's all gonna, play out. But I will tell you this, Mekhi Becton, whether it's at left tackle or right tackle this year, he will be one of the starting tackles for the Jets. That's
Yeah,
for
100%. If he gets healthy through training camp, which he will, he'll be starting day one, baby.
100%.
There's Denzel and our new receiver, McCole Hardman, rocking number 6. I mean, Denzel's huge. Like, why does he stink? Like, let's see it, Denzel. It's your last chance. I mean, you got a quarterback finally. Get a touchdown, would you?
It really is.
He doesn't have a touchdown, Jack. He doesn't have one touchdown.
I know. It's still that keeps me up at night is Denzel Mims. Like I mean, I always wonder what the hell went wrong.
Something in the mind. But speaking of studs, we got a stud on the left, and then one of the most, under the radar acquisitions that the Jets added to their offense is McCole Hardman. Like, he is someone that could be a completely difference maker, bro. You hit this guy in a quick slant, he could be gone. Like, that's how fast he is. He can also just do a streak down the middle of the field and get wide open just because of sheer speed. And we got a quarterback that can actually get him the damn ball down the field.
Yeah, man, and him as a deep threat, can open up our other receivers in different areas of the field. If that safety drops over the top to go contain Mecole on the go route, and then all of a sudden there comes Garrett Wilson on a post, and he's wide open over the middle of the field with nothing but green grass in front of him in the end zone. That's a beautiful thing, man. So I think the depth of this receiver room, especially now adding a guy like Randall Cobb, is fantastic. But also the versatility of this receiver room. Between a guy like Corey Davis, who's like, a real possession kind of receiver, Garrett Wilson, who's really the do-it-all number one option, Alan Lazard, who's, a 50-50 ball vertical threat.
Alan Lazard is exactly what we were hopeful Denzel Mims to become.
Yes, exactly.
Pretty much.
And then Mecole Hardman, who's just an absolute burner, who we can also use how we used Braxton Berrios. I think that's probably a big reason why we brought Mecole Hardman in, was because we lost Braxton Berrios. I'm eager to see who our return man is going to be this year. There's a couple options out there.
And Elijah Moore, we lost too.
Yeah, exactly. I think the versatility of the receivers is a big thing as well.
Yeah, the versatility of the receivers is definitely huge because it brings speed, possession, size, athleticism, go up and get it, 50-50 balls. I mean, there's so many different things to be excited about when it comes to this Jets receiver room, man. And there's a lot. I mean, it's just fun to just watch this team go out there and freaking practice. I mean, we're so hungry for stuff, right?
Amen, dude.
So I do want to bring up the announcement of Jets Media Day, baby, because Jets Media Day is happening again. And if you guys want to be included in Jets Media Day on the priority list, on the email list, make sure you guys email me at, hold on, let me take this off, at richiemalora98@gmail.com. You'll see my email down below in the description. If you guys want to get access to pre-sale tickets, which will be live next week, email me the number of tickets you're interested in, because a game ticket comes with access to the MetLife Field after the game is all wrapped up, a tailgate party with food, drinks, a lot of music, a lot of fun atmospheres, a Jets media tailgate live show. I'm going to have a professional production, and you guys can be a part of that show as well. And then another thing that's going to be really fun is the Jets Media Day t-shirt that comes with the ticket. So if you guys want to be included in the Jets Media Day this year, make sure you guys shoot me an email. Get on that email list.
Save the date, baby. September 24th. I'm telling you guys, Richie, as the organizer of all this, obviously has a different perspective on the whole day. I went there last year. Obviously, I'm a part of things as well, but I went there last year as, an observer of the whole day. One of the most fun days I've ever had. First of all, it's just amazing energy from morning throughout the entire day. Obviously, we won the game last year, so we're hoping for another dub this year. That definitely plays into into the happiness, the overall happiness of the day. But the tailgate, the game, getting onto the MetLife turf after the game was an experience in itself, man. I mean, I got to hang out on the 50-yard line for 15 minutes and just soak it all in. Super worth it, super cool. If you plan on going to a game this year, this is probably the game to go to, guys. We're all going to be there. Richie, myself, a bunch of other people from the Jets YouTube community, all of our buddies from home. It's going to be so much fun. All of you guys have the opportunity to go. So definitely, if you're considering going to a game this year, make Jets Media Day one of the games. There it is, man. There it is. There's us on the NFL logo. You can see it in the bottom left corner of the screen, that little blue part down there. It's the NFL logo. Love it, baby.
So Hennessy asked, tailgate included with tickets or separate? It's included. So the price point that I don't know yet, it'll be announced next week when I get the price from the Jets. You get a ticket. Everything's included. But for the people that are season ticket holders and already have access to the game, you can buy a tailgate ticket separate. So it's going to be together. But if you just want to be part of the tailgate, you can just do that separate. If you just want to be part of the game ticket, you can do that as well. But there's also going to be a big package where everything's all in one ticket. Another 40 on Jets Media Day. That's another thing, Jack. I want Jets Media Day to be undefeated every year. 1-0. Can we get to 2-0? Can we beat the Pats on that day?
Dude, if we're going to beat the Pats, this is the year. I mean, it's been, 7 years that we've gone 0-2 against the Pats?
This is the faces of two men witnessing the first division victory for the New York Jets in 2 years.
Oh, man. And what a feeling it was. Quinnen Williams, the angry run. Stiff arm.
We saw that right in front of our face, bro.
We were sitting in one of the end zones, and that was coming right towards us. That was one of the most hype moments ever. Dude, just an all-around amazing day. Good vibes throughout the entire time. Win or loss, honestly. Just being with people you love and other Jets fans all day. Such a great time. So definitely consider coming out. That's the squad we had last year. We're looking to add even more people this year. It's going to be a fun time, man.
Yeah, man. This was the full squad we got last year. And if you guys want to be part of this group picture next year on the field, you guys know the vibes. The tickets will be on sale next week. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Jack better be at the AFC table meetup. He'll be there.
I'll be there, man. I'll be there. I'm looking forward to that as well. Week 1, Monday Night Football, baby. Are you kidding me?
Bro, there's a lot of shit happening, man.
I'm going to be wearing my black Aaron Rodgers jersey. Yeah.
So what Jersey Dolphins is referring to, for anybody that's not aware, we also have another event that's completely separate from Jets Media Day. That is for Week 1 against the Buffalo Bills. We are doing the first ever AFC East Roundtable event, where it's be the first time all 4 of us come together and do a live show in person with each other. And the tickets will be on sale next week for that as well. It's going to be at a bar right next to MetLife Stadium. We talked to the bar owner yesterday, so things are materializing, things are happening, and it's going to be a ticket that you purchase. It's going to come with food, drinks, and it's going to be a big vibe, big party with Bills and Jets fans, and maybe some other fans like the Dolphins and Patriots if they want to be part of it. So stay tuned for that, guys. If you want to be part of this email list, it's at afceastroundtable@gmail.com. They got an email to get on that list as well.
Let's go Jets, baby.
Monday Night Football.
Let's go. I'm a Jets fan. You're a Jets fan. Let's go.
Proudly, by the way.
Forever.
Jets forever. Where's he at? Jets forever knows the vibes. Right? Because he's a Jets fan forever.
Jets forever, man. Jets infinity.
I freaking love it.
That's a good one.
Jets Infinity is a good one as well. I mean, guys, this is a lot of exciting things happening, man. And it's just really fun we get to talk about the Jets for right.
In a positive, optimistic, hopeful way. With
Ali was in that photo that we just
patience.
put up there. Shout out Ali, who's at Jets Media Day last year.
What's up, brother?
We lit this year, bro.
And this year, man, looking forward to seeing you, bro. Fun time.
Let's freaking go. Freaking go, baby. You kidding me? What are the vibes like? Jets fans, I'm loving it. Guys, if you're just tuning into the show, let's get that thumbs up button rocking. I think we can get to at least 100 likes. We got 82 likes. We can get to 100. Smash that living crap out of that like button. Exciting stuff happening tonight. Flight 23 is premiering tonight, which is exciting.
That is exciting, man.
We get to see the behind-the-scenes look of the whole offseason, which was one of the biggest offseasons ever. How did the Jets were able to get Aaron Rodgers? You're probably going to see really cool behind-the-scenes footage of the Jets going to California to meet him, like the stress that went involved with it. They're also going to be featuring a lot of Jets fans of their reaction. So when we landed Aaron Rodgers, I think I might be included in it, but we'll find out.
What time does that air tonight? We might have to catch that together if you're not doing anything.
Yeah, 8 o'clock. I'm down to chill if you are.
I'll be over at 8.
All right. Maybe we should live stream it and do our live reactions.
I'm down, man. That'd be cool.
That will be cool. So Flight 23 is coming out tonight. That's an exciting thing, man.
Yes, sir. Let's go, baby.
Could we get the 100 likes, though? We're at 90. I mean, I feel like we should have got 100 a while ago. But Richie, you better have a broom ready to show Master on the AFC's Roundtable this year. I want you to shove it in his face. So anybody that watched the AFC's Roundtable last night, me and Master at work got into it. Oh, my gosh. It was funny.
Did you?
Yeah, we got into it.
Gotta go check that out.
You gotta. Dan is probably gonna make a little segment to like recap that heated argument we got into. But if I were you, Jack, definitely go watch it. It's like halfway through. We got into it because I just couldn't stand hearing what he was saying, and I just had to attack him. All love to him, but like it's like I can't let people sulk about my Jets that way.
Of course.
Hey, bro, is the email list for Jets Media Day an obligation? I'm still trying to get to time off. So no, when you sign up for the Jets Media Day email list, that's not an obligation. All that is doing is giving you access to real-time updates of all the information and also access to pre-sale tickets. So when you sign up for the email list, that's not like you are in and you have to buy tickets. It's just an opportunity for you to get access to pre-sale tickets before they go live to the public, because there's going to be a couple days where only people on the email list get access to buy tickets before it goes to the public, because there's only a certain amount of tickets I can get, so it will get sold out. Master at work just sounded like a hater last night. Hey, man, that's part of it. Great show last night, Richie. You held your own. Thank you. It was a lot of fun, man. It's a lot of fun going at it with the boys at the round table. I want to get Jack on there, and I want to see his face turn red, like talking to, because like,
dude, honestly, you do got to bring me on there, man, because specifically TD and Master at work, you got to respect them for like staying in character. They don't really break character, but they know that they're spewing nonsense out of their mouth. They know it. Their souls, their bodies, their conscience, they know it. They know it. But respect to them for not breaking character, and they got to hold it down for their fan base. So all love, all respect, but come on, let's be real.
Let's be real here.
Let's be objective football fans.
Let's go, bro. Oh my god, I love it. Like, what's going on, Jack? Like, we got a lot of hate are coming our way, and I love it. Bring on the hate, because you want to know why? That means we're doing something right as
exactly,
a
man.
team, bro.
Exactly.
Now, I do want to give a big – oh, yeah. This was also funny. We had Ryan from Jets Talk come sneak attack. I saw him in the chat pull up and say, hey, Jets Talk, whatever. And then I texted him the link. And I'm like, yo, come sneak attack. They have no idea you're coming. And then Ryan just pulls up out of nowhere. I was like, hey, let's go Jets. Screw you. And then we were just talking Jets for the next 20 minutes. It was hilarious.
That's so funny, man. That's great.
Richie, what time is the bar thing week 1? No tailgate. So – Hennessy, we don't know the time yet. It's going to be early in their day. So it's going to be around noon to 1 o'clock range. So, like, this is kind of the replacement of the tailgate, kind of, where like the tailgate's going to be at a bar and the bar is walking distance from the stadium. Like the balcony, you get to see MetLife Stadium from the balcony. Like it's right there. So it's kind of like instead of having the tailgate party at the parking lot, we're going to be partying at the bar, but it's also going to end in time for you to go do like your own tailgate in the parking lot, if that makes sense. So it's going to be an all-day thing, probably going to start around noon, 1 o'clock, and then we're going to do a live show from the bar, and then we're going to get into it, and then it's going to be like a couple hours there, and then we can all go to a spot in the parking lot to tailgate, and then pull up from there.
We got Buffalo Wings throwing some shade in the chat. Jets' longest playoff drought. Not even Aaron Rodgers can save y'all. He's washed. And I'll say, for Buffalo Wings, our resident Bills fan in today's live stream, go win a championship. Huh?
Oh.
Go win a championship. Huh?
At least we got one in Super Bowl III.
Talk about a playoff drought all you want. Fine. I can't debate that. But what I can debate is Bills fans delusionally thinking that they've owned the NFL, since Josh Allen has become their quarterback, when they have won nothing in the Josh Allen era. The famed Josh Allen, what has he done in terms of winning? Zero. Yes, they've had some playoff runs. Yes, fantastic. We have yet to do that. I'm not debating that. You guys have acted like you own the league since Josh Allen became good, and there have been zero. I repeat, how many, Rich? How many championships?
Not one. Not two.
Zero. Zero championships for the Bills. So just got to put that out there. Every time Bills fans get a little too wild and a little too cocky, you guys still have a lot to do as well, a lot to prove as well.
And last year was kind of like their season to win it.
Yeah.
Just saying. I mean, the teams in the division is getting better. The Dolphins got a lot better. The Jets got a lot better.
And there's an excuse. Only our defense, whatever that means. There's an excuse. Already an excuse from Buffalo Wings. And Buffalo Wings, I'm not hating on you too much. I understand you're, repping your squad. But come on, let's be realistic here. The Bills still have a lot to prove in the Josh Allen era, in the Sean McDermott era. Let's see it.
We get to see them, Jack. Week 1, baby.
Week 1, baby.
I bet you, bro, if there's a Bills fan that cannot admit that they're nervous for this game because of what we saw, you go look at Josh Allen's stats last year. His 2 worst games of the season came against the New York Football Jets.
Yes, sir.
And that was with Zach Wilson beating him. And we almost beat him with a Mike White crack ribs. But we have a whole summer to preview that game.
Yeah.
We have an entire summer to
and
talk
we have
about.
an entire summer to just think about beating the Buffalo Bills.
We better beat them, bro. We better beat them. But before we open this up for a Jets Q&A, guys, we're going to get you guys to ask Jack and myself some questions. I do have an exciting announcement that this stream is sponsored by Manta Sleep, baby. Manta Sleep is the best sleep mask on the market. If you guys want to use my promo code JETS, that's linked down below in the description, make sure you guys do that. Now, I would really appreciate you guys by simply clicking the code. I'm going to put it right here in the chat. Click that link, and you'll get access to 10% off all on the Manta Sleep. This has been my favorite mask to use every single night for sleep, even when I'm traveling. I've been traveling a lot for business reasons, going to Knicks games. I'm going to be traveling a lot this year for going to Jets games. This is the best thing I could possibly imagine on a flight. It completely turns into darkness, and I do not see a thing, and it's been an absolute game changer for me. So if you guys want to click the link that's pinned at the top of the chat, I would greatly appreciate that, guys. 10% off with my promo code JETS. You can buy one for yourself, buy one from a family member, buy one for a friend. I promise you, this mask has been changing my life. Zero eye pressure. You can open up your eyes. You want to be like Aaron Rodgers and experience a darkness retreat? But hey, you don't got to go to a darkness retreat and be in darkness for 4 days. You could put this on. You can experience it for yourself, because I'm telling you, you put this on in a bright light room, everything's shut down. Everything's dark, really comfortable on the face. So again, guys, what's linked in the pinned chat right there, click that link. It will automatically put the code for JETS in there. You'll get 10% off any mask. The way you guys can support Jets Media and me on this channel is by supporting the sponsors of Jets Media, and that's what happens to be Manta Sleep. So again, shout out to Manta Sleep for sponsoring the video. This is a big-time reason why Jets Media has been successful, so thank you. We appreciate the sponsors over at Manta Sleep. All right, so we're going to wrap up the show with a Q&A segment. We got a super chat coming in from Mutt Vales. I love this version of you guys getting me hyped for the season. I'm ready for Aaron Rodgers to throw 30 touchdowns, 5K yards, not only win the MVP, but Super Bowl. What are your thoughts of that?
Sign me up, man. I mean, are you kidding me? That is the season that Jets fans need. All I need is one, man. And I think we all feel the same way. All we need is one. I don't need to be a dynasty. I don't need to win 6 Super Bowls like the New England Patriots with Tom Brady. I don't need to be the San Francisco 49ers with Joe Montana. I need one championship to be satisfied literally for the rest of my life. It can be, 2037. The Jets are 2-13. Oh, this sucks. But remember when we won the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers? That's gonna be my reaction. All I need is one. So sign me the hell up, man.
You're so right, dude. You're so freaking right. Shout out Mutt Vales. Appreciate the donation as always, and you hype me up, man. The donations always mean a lot. We got Ali in the chat, but we don't need that during the season. We'll need it just to get some nice sleep because we can sleep our nights away. Right, Ali? I know what you mean. So, guys, we're going to open this up to a quick Jets Q&A before we wrap up the show. So, any questions you guys have in the chat, let us know, and we'll answer it accordingly. The Jets OTAs are underway. Aaron Rodgers, whatever you guys want to talk about, the Quinnen Williams situation, or we're going to bring back Quan, we'll find out. AFC East Roundtable was lit last night. Yeah, bro, it was. And I think the reason why it was lit because Tyson and I got after it. And we're going to continue to go after it.
I see you, Buffalo Wings, trying to repair the wounds, trying to patch up our relationship. I see you.
Aaron Rodgers' first touchdown to Denzel Mims. The crowd would erupt. Jack, your prediction, Aaron Rodgers, week 1, his first touchdown pass is to whom?
Garrett Wilson. Easy. It's got to be Garrett Wilson. I'm not going to overthink it. It's Garrett Wilson or it's Lazard. But it's Garrett Wilson because Garrett Wilson's the dog.
Do we have official prices for Media Day? Not yet. Monday, May 22nd, is the day I finally get the prices from the Jets so I can let you guys know the prices and we can finally get the tickets on sale because I know people are itching for the prices and what's the details. Unfortunately, I don't know that at this moment. So anybody that's on the email list will get up-to-date news on Monday the moment I find out the prices. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be an exciting time. Pre-sale tickets will be live. Jets Media Day. Pull up. Let's go. We need you guys there. We need you guys representing.
We do.
Let's go, baby.
I'm so excited for that day, man. That's on the calendar.
Cobb, first touchdown.
Could be. Who knows? We'll see. Hopefully not, because that might mean someone's hurt in training camp.
It's all love, bro. I just love the trash talk.
I know, man. I'm just throwing it right back at you, Buffalo Wings.
The one thing we do love, though, is Buffalo Wings. Right, Jack?
Buffalo Wings. You actually live in Buffalo? Because if you can bring me some Duffs, if you're coming to week 1, if you can bring me some Duffs wings down from Buffalo, you'll be my favorite person on the planet.
Denzel Mims, a crime prediction. Aaron Rodgers will be passage to... Oh, my God. That's hilarious. Conklin, first touchdown. Sign me up. I don't care as long as we score a touchdown. You are the best Jets YouTuber, bro, Rich. Thank you, Muhammad. I appreciate that. There is an excellent amount of Jets YouTubers out there. So I appreciate that, man. We just hit 100 likes, Jack.
Let's go.
Flat.
Let's go. Shout out to all you guys liking the stream. We appreciate it. Really helps the stream out, pushes it out there to more people, and helps this Jets community grow even more. So thank you, guys.
He's hitting CJ Uzama on a 6-yard slant. Let's do it.
Let's go.
All right. Everybody in the chat right now, stat predictions for Aaron Rodgers week 1. 279 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, and 9 rushing yards.
I was literally about to say pretty much the same exact thing. I was going to say 275, 2 tutties, no picks. But that's also while Breece Hall has 100 yards on the ground and a touchdown.
And that's also with a Sauce Gardner pick 6. Or maybe a Will McDonald strip sack, and then Quincy Williams is there to scoop it up for the score. Let's see it. See it.
Snoopy says Madden numbers.
And you know what's crazy, Jack?
Yards.
I'm going to pull up the exact stats, so I don't even have to. I want to look at this real quick before we end the show. So we're talking about the game against the Buffalo Bills. Now let me just put things into perspective here. The New York Jets beat the Buffalo Bills last year with Zach Wilson putting up 154 yards and 1 touchdown. So we don't need Aaron Rodgers to go off if our defense performs the way they did in that game.
That was the story of the season, man. If we just had, good, decent, average quarterback play, we could have won 4 or 5 more games potentially. So, yeah.
Yeah, man.
You like to think with a Hall of Famer like Aaron Rodgers, the sky really is the limit for this team this year. Obviously, health is important. But if this team stays healthy, man, watch out.
Watch out, man.
13-4 coming at you.
My record prediction I made was 12-5. What's your record prediction?
I did it the other day. I came out with 13-4.
Who are the 4 losses against? Do you remember?
Let me run through it again. It was I think I had us splitting with the Bills, splitting with the Dolphins, losing to the Eagles, and losing to the Chiefs.
It's funny because I made a whole video with that exact list, and then I'm like, I'm gonna re-record it. I'll throw an extra loss, and then I'm like, who's gonna lose? Oh, the Chargers, and then I got to 12-5.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, you look at that schedule, if everything clicks, it's possible.
We're better than the Chargers.
Yeah, we are. That's what I'm saying. But like upsets happen. Like
bad
teams beat good teams.
Of course. That's what we have to. That's the type of team we have to be, where we can't. There's always those Jets games every year where it's like, we lose. We can somehow find a way to beat a team that we shouldn't have beaten, but then we always find a way to lose to a team that we should have beaten easily. So hopefully those games are a thing of the past now, and the games that we should win, we freaking win.
100%.
And we don't have to blow everybody out of the water, but we need to win every game that we look at when we go, oh, we should win this game. We need to come away with a W. That's the team we want to become. That's the team we have to beat.
I want to freaking destroy the Houston Texans. I want to destroy the Atlanta Falcons. Like those types of teams, which are going to be improved this year. They're not going to be as bad as last year, but I want to dominate them. So hopefully that happens. So, folks, we're going to wrap up the show here. It's been a lot of fun talking Jets with Jack. We broke down the OTAs, all the latest news. We talked about a lot of fun stuff. So if you guys are not already, consider hitting that thumbs up button for your boy. We greatly appreciate each and every one of you guys always tuning into the channel. We got a lot of exciting things coming. Jets Media Day announcement next week, along with the AFC East Roundtable announcement next week. A lot of fun things happening. Jack, anything else you'd like to say before we wrap it up?
Thank you, as always, for having me on. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Keep a lookout for Jets Media Day information and tickets. Keep a lookout for Week 1 information and tickets with the AFC East Roundtable. Lots of fun things coming your way this season. Lots of exciting times are ahead. So I couldn't be any more stoked, man. This is the most excited I've been for a Jets season in my whole life. So let's just enjoy the ride. Let's enjoy this feeling. And I'll see you guys in the next one.
Mupfields is talking about the AFC's Roundtable video that's premiering at 1 o'clock. Make sure you guys go check that out. Breece Hall. We got into a big debate about Breece Hall, so check that out. All right, boys. I'll catch you next time, boys and girls. Love you all. Let's go Jets. Peace.
Peace out, guys.